the business, my people? We back at Thug Mansion, live in full effect. We got matter of fact, shout out to my boy Carson on the soundboard today. He ain't on the mic, but he definitely in this motherfucker as always. We got a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Definitely been meaning to talk to this brother for a minute. I've been knowing him for shit, honestly, probably longer than I've been knowing you, my man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a strong, healthy minute. So yeah, if you really put it in perspective, my nigga. So matter of fact, I'm gonna let him introduce himself, my nigga. So who we got with us right now?
Man, you got the fat nigga of the egg, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Big Yo Music.
Okay.
You feel me?
What part of the egg you from, my boy?
Oh man, I'm from that east side, man. Carter Drive, man.
Yeah. Where you originating from?
You know what I'm saying? Out there on Carter Street.
Yeah.
Carter Boulevard, Sherry Block, all that.
There you go. So, what we doing? What you rapping? Producing? Where we at now?
I'm a super producer.
There you go.
You feel me?
There you go. So, what kind of where's the inspiration come from?
Man, my OG make music, you know what I'm saying? My mama, she sing and shit like that. I come from a family origin, you know what I'm saying? So everybody around me did music.
Okay. What is it? What was your mother? A soulful singer? Was she in the church type singing?
Yeah, church type singing out there.
That's what's up. So a lot of your beats, I'm assuming, as well. A lot of soulful.
Yeah, man. All that good shit.
There we go. You cause shit, even when I know you back in the Gap, you was rapping. So you still on the mic too?
I still be fucking around with that shit, but I mainly focus on making beats. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what everybody asking for. So you know what I'm saying? You got to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So how has the ag influenced you in making beats? Is that where you get a lot of inspiration from, or is it just from whatever life? Like
shit, it came from the ag. It came from up down south. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee, Arkansas, all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Really, that part of the region, that Tennessee, Arkansas, that's a real soulful R&B, blues type music scene. So does that influence you too?
Yeah, it had a big impact on it. You know what I'm saying?
You go back and listen to a lot of soulful blues. Is that in your catalog you listen to?
Yeah, sometimes I listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to everything. My mama used to bump everything.
Yeah. And were you born in that little region?
Yeah, I was born in Arkansas and raised in Tennessee. Then came this way.
Yeah.
And then I've been here ever since. It's been Arlington ever since.
That's what's up. I'm from the egg too, so you know what I'm saying, you already know what type of love that is.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. So how long you figure you been in the music game, been doing music? Man, I've been rapping, making beats, all that.
Yeah, I've been doing music since I was like 11 years old, man.
Yeah.
So I got some footwork in this shit, man.
Yeah, I can dig that. Let me see. How many albums you got in?
Shit, all together, oh my God. I produced a lot of songs, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could say I got over like maybe 60 something songs with people.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a lot of music at.
That's what's up. Where do you find more pride, as in making beats or rapping? Like both. I like doing both. Equal.
Yeah, it's about the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Would you start out rapping or?
I started out writing songs and shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like writing little songs about little girl, females and shit like that.
yeah.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Ever since then, shit, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was it.
Yeah.
I was took.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, not to cut you off, bro, but if somebody was listening to you for the first time, you know what I'm saying? How would you describe your sound to them? It's like how it comes across.
Shit, my sound, I got my own sound. I try not to imitate nobody else, but if they said my sound like somebody, it'd be like some 3-6 Mafia type shit.
So it's like down south, hard hitting shit.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's dope. Is that somebody that that you inspired by?
Man, that's all I used to bump when I was little. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
3-6, A-Ball, MJG. You know what I'm saying? DJ Squeaky, all that shit.
Gotcha. So that kind of paint a picture for those who don't really know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As far as like what your motivation is, because those from our era, we kind of base what we do on who we listen to.
Right.
So like we big on those from our eras and our time periods. That's why we go so hard for them. Like Scarface will always be that nigga to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw that shit back then as opposed to whoever raps now. I don't really know no more. I'm kind of lost on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you in touch with the newer scene now? Are you still?
Yeah, I fuck with the new scene. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't one of them grumpy old heads. It's like, if it ain't the 90s or the 2000s, I'm
trying not to be like that because you gotta gravitate to everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? If these little kids, you know what I'm saying, if that's what they own, you gotta gravitate and, you know, you gotta learn their sound.
Right. And we was talking earlier, and you said you got kids around that age, like all the young singers. So how does that? Do they kind of say, "Hey, Pops, you used to do this type of song," or do they influence you all in your music and how to do this or make type of beats?
My daughter, she be like on my case, like, "What you been doing? How you been making any songs yet? You made any new beats yet?" You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they play a big part in it. My son, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to make him linger that way. You know what I'm saying? But he in more than the sports was. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
One or the other shit.
Right. Something got to give.
Right. Something got to give. Right. That's what's up.
That's dope. And so do you, as far as like shows and shit like that, you got any performances coming up or?
No, I don't got nothing up right now. I'm waiting on one of my kinfolk, Chris Boss. He got some shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that we produce.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm just waiting on what we got going to see what he talking about.
Gotcha.
I got my nigga B-Lou out in Young Gorillas. You know what I'm saying? I got some shit going on with him.
Okay.
So it's a couple artists I'm fucking with right now and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think I missed it. How long you been at this? I'm not to ask you the same question, but how long you been rapping?
Shit, since I was 12.
Oh, okay, so you started it off at like an early age type of shit. Gotcha. If you had to, like, shit, what are some of your goals with this shit? Like, what are you trying to accomplish from it all? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put more money in these youngsters' pocket. You know what I'm saying? Show them the way. A little generational wealth.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I didn't have nobody to show me anything. But it's not nothing wrong with you showing the next person how you got the bag and shit like that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind showing, you know what I'm saying, a youngster that want to learn. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't want to learn, there ain't no point in showing them nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I can definitely dig that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And even going into it, I think a lot of times with rappers in general, we kind of go into it with like this kind of empty thought process of like, I want to make some money.
Right.
I want to be a star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want the shit that comes along with the lifestyle, but the responsibilities that it takes is usually what we don't get it tapped in with. So, now you did say you were a producer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been at that? Was that something that came about from the rapping?
Shit, all at the same time, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I've been making beats since I was 12.
Motivation to just make your own beats to rap to instead of asking another nigga. Facts, big facts.
Had to put in the footwork for that shit.
Yeah, I can imagine.
What's some of the people that actually gave beats to, or not gave beats to, but you know what I'm saying?
In the city or just all around?
In the city right now.
Let me see. I did shit with P Unique.
Okay.
Tom T. Out of AMG. My nigga Sean Diesel, Chris Boss, Mac Veezy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? B Carter.
Okay, so you got a long little list of.
I got a little roster. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what you working on now? How 2025 looking for you?
Oh man, it's looking righteous, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of R&B shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? That's who been you know what I'm saying? Just showing me little shit that I ain't been knowing about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like working with different productions and different I want to say like different sites and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm just learning shit too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What influences R&B all of a sudden? You always been in you?
I always did. I make everything, bro. I don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? I make, like I said on the last interview, rap, trap, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Country music. You know what I'm saying? That's what we finna make. Then we gonna make that shit. You feel me?
You go into it with the same mind, like so. When you sitting down to make a beat, it's just what comes to you, and you just ride that wave all the way through.
Sometimes it really be like what you're going through at the time.
Gotcha.
Like
based
that's
on
like if I'm turned up, you know what I'm saying? It might be some turned up shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm mad, then it's gonna turn out to be mad.
Right.
If I'm on some, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go fuck on the bitch or something. Then we gonna make some shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah, I got a producer I work with. He is probably the only person I ever work with that does this. But he'll name a beat, and then that beat name will be the folder for the next 10 beats that he makes. So it'll be like weed strand, and it'd be like Blue Dream 1, Blue Dream 2, Blue Dream 3. And I was like, nigga, you wild, but it's crazy when now that I think about it, when I want a beat from him, I just be like, hey, it's in that Blue Dream pack. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to remember. Instead of trying to remember 6 different names, I'm like, damn, bro, that shit didn't work. So, yeah, I'm always interested in like the producer mindset. If you had to choose one of the two, which one do you feel
I go by numbers. I do numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now I'm at 800.
Oh shit, so you in that bag. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that paint a mental picture of like how much work you done put in 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying?
How often do you like it? Just depending on what the kind of day it is? Is it like you feel like writing something, or you just feel like producing, or you just got a certain season or something like that? I'm gonna work on beats.
Days, you know what I'm saying? I may feel like writing while I'm making a beat. With some, most of the days I really be just going in making beats. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like let's say like if I come home and get out of work, you know what I'm saying, and it be something that been stuck in my head all day. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hear him get home and do this shit. I don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying? Some nights I stay up till about like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta get up the next morning and shit like that. That's why I say you gotta put in footwork sometime, bro.
Facts. And nothing is gonna be handed to you. That's probably the hardest lesson you learn in all this shit. Don't matter how dope you think you are.
Right.
None
it's
of this
the work.
easy.
Man, it's the work for real.
Right.
So what the team look like around Big Yo?
Man, I'm coming and going.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, man. You know what I'm saying? They coming and they going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the team is going pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple niggas on the roster and everything. You know what I'm saying? They stand diligent and everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay diligent. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
You got to stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay righteous. You got to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? And I try to keep all that around me. All that negative shit, I can't have it around me. I can't work. Or the people around me can't work. You know what I'm saying? That's in the era. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta try to stay away from this shit.
You ever have? And I asked this question in the interview I had last night. As far as like having a team of people around you, right?
Right.
Do you ever have the issue of like the motivation part? Like you feel like you're more motivated than maybe the next person next to you is to do the things that need to get done?
Yeah, you gotta be motivated, bro.
Facts.
You got to, because if you ain't gonna motivate it, then it ain't gonna happen.
Because I think we were discussing and we were talking about the same subject, and the conversation from that individual was he's not opposed to having a lot of people around, but the people around have to have the same drive as you do.
Exactly.
Because if my goal is to reach a certain place and we don't share that same goal, then you'll probably tailor off because you feel like you achieved a level of success somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought that was an interesting conversation as far as like, you know, having a team. Your team could be you and another nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have that type of mind frame,
for real. Niggas say we a tennis team. We're a basketball team. This is doubles, nigga. They don't need a lot of niggas.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, that's how we go. For real.
Facts. So part of your team is it how many you got on your team?
Shit, I got a couple producers. You know what I'm saying? Mainly I got a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got to name a couple of people that, you know what I'm saying, I've been shooting beats at, you know what I'm saying, making sure they stand working and everything. Because one thing I can't stand is you give somebody some music and they sitting on it.
They just sitting.
You know what I'm saying? And you done gave them some hard shit, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
And then, and before you know it, you start second guessing yourself like, damn, was it that hard? Because you're not doing nothing to it. So
yeah, that'll scare a nigga, man. That kind of shit'll scare you if you're not used to doing shit like that, man. People don't know how to just have somebody that looks out for them and doing it for the sake of just, you know, wanting to see you progress.
Right.
Yeah, man. Niggas so used to people trying to hold them back, they don't know how to, you know, get with the program when you try to help them out. Right.
Nah, that's overstood right there.
Yeah. So let me talk to you a little bit. So you being from the South, give me 5 of your favorite rappers. All time. Dead or alive.
Man. We gonna start from 5. We gonna go. I'm gonna do Player Fly from Memphis.
Yeah, from Memphis.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with my nigga. You know, I gotta go with Ball and G.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with Ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna leave MJG out of
it?
I was always bumping Ball before I bumped G.
That's true. Can't sleep on G though, for real.
Nah, I
can't sleep on G for real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Jeezy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jeezy had his era for sure.
Shit, niggas still chopping it.
Shaped
You know
the
what I'm
whole
saying?
genre.
I'm go with Pimp C with 4. You know what I'm saying? Can't leave the pimp out.
Hell no.
And my number one rapper of all time is Project Pat. Yeah.
Project Pat.
Don't sleep on Project Pat.
Nah. The real king of Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's different though. A lot of people wouldn't even bring up Project on their.
Listen, you got to. You have to, bro. Like as much as
but
people
not
try
that nigga name out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and plus he got that flow and that cadence is that like you know who that is as soon as you come on the beat. Yeah. But then now I'm starting to see a lot of people on some of their verses been kind of biting that Project Pat flow. And I'm just like, ooh, y'all. It's only one person you get that. Yeah, it's only one person you get that from.
Bro, out here making a killing. You got niggas like Drake making a Knife Talks, and you know Drake then went back on some Project Pat shit numerous times. So it's like you got the biggest artist in the game borrowing you know, continuously borrowing from you.
Yeah,
that says
or
a lot.
using his samples. You know what I'm saying? On his songs and all that.
Yeah, bro has always been influential.
Facts,
look like he changed his life here recently too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pastor
now.
Pastor Project, Pastor Pat.
Bro, say
I heard some of his songs too. You know, he's still rapping.
Yeah.
No cussing no more.
That's crazy.
And it still sounds the
same. Yeah, because I mean, you don't really need it. I think we do it because that's how we talk. But I guess once you get older and you got a different purpose for your music, you kind of just like, all right, let me ease up on it. I got kids listening to shit like you said, but. Yeah, it's dope to see that man out here pursuing it that way.
And he's still just how he celebrated too. I love it. Yeah, that's what's up.
What's some of the you got a project on the way that you just dropped, or what we working on right now?
Shit, just making a lot of beats, locking myself in the room and just working, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when somebody come into the studio and be like, Mario, we need some beats over here. Shit, I take my ass over there. Shit, let them listen.
You think it's more effective to drop a full project or singles?
Singles.
Yeah, right now it seems like the climate.
Yeah, cause it's like more so that's what they asking for, or unless they asking for like a banger or something like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
or is it if you could put the project together? Do you? Because I know a lot of projects that recently, as back in the day, it's not more 17, 18, 19 tracks on it.
Right.
It's been more or less 6, 7, 8, maybe. Yeah, you might get 10, maybe. Like you feel going like that route is easier to give them just a little taste.
I can say that's a lot way more easier doing like an EP. But I love to do a mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
I think you probably better off doing a mixtape or an EP right now because people's attention spans are so short.
Right.
So like
they lose attention so quick. Yeah.
You get that window where you can drop an album to where you feel like people will listen. Right. But like right now, I feel like if I drop an album, if I ain't properly promoted it, this is gonna go over people's heads. They probably not even gonna pay attention to it. But if I got a song that I can push, every 2 or 3 weeks. Right. Now I'm in your face every 2 or 3 weeks if I got my promotion game going. So, no, that makes sense. Is
it always just music for you, or do you want to end up doing like movie scores?
I want to do all that shit, man. I really want to make beats for soundtracks. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's where that money at too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'd be like TD with the Black Panther soundtrack, or motherfuckers who get into that. Def Jam used to do a lot of that shit back in the day, like the Nutty Professor soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Death Row did the what was the movie with Tupac? Not Juice, but Above the Rim.
Above the Rim. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Death Row did the Above. So just little shit like that is dope. I fuck with you on that though. I ain't gonna lie, because then you get to control the narrative, watch the movie, know what's going on.
And your motherfucking song is playing while they
syndication like a motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go.
For real.
Next 5 years, where we see Big Yo music?
Man, hopefully in California somewhere, man. Man, we somewhere getting to the bag, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to leave nobody out, man. I just, like I said, I'm trying to shoot for the stars and put people in position. And like I said, we gone, bro.
Right.
There you go. That's what I like to hear, my nigga.
Facts, man. And just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Whether it's a team or not. Like you said, I know you got people you trying to help out, but a lot of times people won't follow unless you lead.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Everybody what I know that do this shit, bro. For real. And we get hesitant because a lot of times we want people to feel our vision or see it how we see it and move how we move.
Right.
But once they see you moving and it moving, it's inevitable.
Right.
That's what's up. All right, my nigga. So before we get up out of here, I need you to tell me where we can find music, raps, beats, anything about you.
Shit, check me out on Big Yo Music. Go on my Instagram Big Yo Music, BIG_YO_G. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Or you can check my on my motherfucking what? I'm trying to think of I had a Twitter, but I cut that bitch out.
Yeah.
Twitter get reckless.
You got Snapchat, TikTok.
I got Snapchat. The same thing is it's the same thing as my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put it on the screen so they can see it.
Yeah,
Man. You ain't got
definitely.
no excuses.
Hell yeah, definitely try to get a link to that too as well. Again, state your name, where you from?
Motherfucking Big Yo Music, fat nigga of the egg, man.
Yes, sir.
Agtown, what up?
Live from Thug
Arlington, what
Mansion.
up? What's up,
Appreciate
Fort Worth? What's up, GP? What's up, Dallas? I ain't leaving nobody out, nigga.
Facts.
DF Dub, what's up?
Yes, sir. Live from Thug Mansion. We sure appreciate you, my boy.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Caution.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo.